Okay, let's learn some more about JavaScript today. Let's create this web page. It's JavaScript example 2. You can open your previous page and just clean it up and resave it. We've got our type declaration, HTML and body tags. I've got a heading, and I've got some blank script tags right here. That's where we're going to put some JavaScript today. And then my closing body tag. So in the previous video I mentioned we can use some comparisons in the form of if statements to ask yes or no questions. So let's put one to use. Go ahead and add this code. If myname.length is greater than or equal to 7, that's in parentheses, if that evaluates to be true in a Boolean comparison, it will display this. Now notice when it's talking about myname.length, it's referring to just what's between the quotes here. So it means, is it greater than 7? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 characters there. So this should probably evaluate to be false, but let's plug it in and try it. Here you can see I have it in my code, my HTML code. I'm going to go ahead and save this. Then I'm going to open a web page. Open my web page and hit F12 so I can see the console and then run it. So I have my web page here. I'm going to hit F12, and where's the console? Let me refresh. And remember, it was less than 7. So if we looked at our code, this would evaluate to be false. So since we don't have an else statement or any conditions, nothing's going to happen. So let me change this to less than or equal to 7. I'm going to save it. I'm going to go back to my web page, and I'm going to refresh. And there we have our message. So since it evaluated to be true, we do have it working. Okay, what I want you to do is see if you can get this if-else statement to work. Now, you can add this code right after our previous if statement. And if the first one evaluates to be true, or false, delete the first one actually, because these two are tied together. Sorry about that, Bell. So let's add this code to our web page and see if we can't get an if-else statement working. So back in my code, I'll just use this current if statement. So if my name, and I'm going to change this back. So this one evaluates to be false, just to show you how the else works. If my name.length is greater than or equal to 7, it's going to say I have a long name. Else, I'm going to add my curly braces. I'm going to do console.log. I got to switch to single quotes. You have a short name. Single quote to end that string, parentheses, and a semicolon to end the statement. I'm going to go ahead and switch to single quotes here because it's good practice. I'm going to save my web page, open it back up, and run it. In this case, since I changed it to the length to less than on the code, this evaluated to be false. That's shorter than 7, so this executed. So that's how that works. Now notice we don't have this console open. This is still executing. We just don't see it. JavaScript can do a lot of things behind the scenes. That's why in the old days, or still sometimes now, your web browser security system might block JavaScript from executing because they can do a lot behind the scenes and I think even introduce viruses if you're not careful.